I prefer to play multiplayer games to kill my time when I do nothing, because most multiplayer games will become so interesting when you can do a chatting message or even a voice chat with your friends or your teammate in game. Okay, this video you will get some interesting gameplay in a small size multiplayer game or a big one. Top 12 Best Interesting Multiplayer Games for Android iOS. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Protector Shooter Legends. Protector Shooter Legends is new multiplayer game high graphic on mobile. We will play 4 vs 4 in deathmatch game. The team that takes the kill the most will become the winner. Don't worry when you get shot by the enemies because your health point will restore automatically. So you need to go into the safer spot to get more free time to restore your HP. While you are in the lobby, remember to upgrade the character to increase the buff. Buy in-game gold. Get your new appearance by changing the skin with so many various selections. The combat mechanism of Protector Shooter Legends is we can easily aim the target because it has an aim assist. Every character has their unique skill that's only available when it's recharged into 100%. Anyway, there are so many game modes we can do, like get the most data from neutralizing the enemies or capture the crystal and collect 10 in total. Best multiplayer Android game and iOS with high graphic. Battle Gang Fun. Battle Gang Fun Ragdoll Beast is one of the best new multiplayer game on mobile with perfect ragdoll physics. The way of the character movement and doing some action is pretty on point. The gameplay of this best multiplayer game is we will play in 2 vs 2, try to collect stars to win, and throw a punch or throw the enemy's body and beat them up to score. The team with the highest score will become the winner. There are so many objects around you. Come closer to grab it and use it as your weapon like grenade, boxes, wood and many more. Let's upgrade your main heroes to increase his level that includes with damage and health point. There is so many collection of heroes from the common grade into legendary grade. Actually, this game is pretty simple. We can jump and do a combination punch or kick in the air between jump and punch button. Seriously, very interesting multiplayer game with funny gameplay. Very good multiplayer game, play with friends. War Thunder Mobile. War Thunder Mobile. So far, this is the most realistic tank battle multiplayer games on Android and iOS, especially when you set the graphic into maximum level and playable on 120 FPS. Such a satisfying game visual. Even this game is a new release multiplayer game, but the total player downloads is 1 million in a flash. It's impossible to reach this achievement for multiplayer games. The gameplay of War Thunder Mobile is we can use 2 strikes to deal damage to the opponent's tank. The first one is Blast Strike with higher damage but take time so long for reloading the ammo. The second one is Rapid Fire. It's the opposite with the first attack, with higher fire rate and less damage dealing. Honestly, the control is quite difficult at the beginning, but trust me, you will get used to it. Just need a short time to learn and master the control. The best game multiplayer for Android iOS. Rage Effect Mobile. Rage Effect Mobile. This game is on alpha test, that's why the graphic seems not optimized yet, but we just need to wait for it because the developer is developing it now. Rage Effect Mobile is a new multiplayer game Android with FPS mode. This game allows you to run and slide if you combine 2 buttons. When running, then press the squat button and your characters will do a sliding just like in COD Mobile. It's a pretty good move when you are in target from behind, so it will save your life then. If you think the enemy is too close on you, then try to use your melee weapon, which is wooden stick for a close combat. Before we start the game, we can select joining someone's room or create your own room and invite your friends to play together. It will make your game experience more interesting and exciting. I really love to play free for all modes rather than the team deathmatch, because we will play solo against everyone. Actually, everyone will do a solo and try to kill as much as you can. Best game multiplayer for mobile. Eggy Party. Eggy Party. If you are familiar with Fall Guys or Stumble Guys, then this is the best game in that genre, or even with a better quality for a mobile game level. It's totally crazy graphic. We can meet so many players on lobby. You can play with your friends as the team or play it solo to conquer the entire stages. The gameplay of the Eggy party is we will start with a cute egg character selections between yellow color and the pink one. The graphic really impressed me a lot. I noticed how detailed they make on every object around, even with the sun glare, making it more realistic. Just to let you know, this game was made by NetEase game developer, that's why the visual always become the next level. The gameplay of Eggy Party is, we must come into an arena to compete with another online player in real-time mode. There are 4 areas we should conquer until the end, but we will face so many obstacles we should pass. But the main problem is we are in a race with the other players, try to lead in front than the other, because the last player would be eliminated and cannot continue into the next stage. While in race, we can slow down the enemy by some items that we get from the mystery box. Best multiplayer game, play with friends for Android, iOS. FireFront Mobile FPS. FireFront Mobile FPS. This is a new multiplayer game with extremely graphic option. The game has FPS based game with shooter mode. The gameplay of FireFront Mobile FPS is we will make a team up and try to capture the enemy's flag. It will be located in a certain spot on the enemy territory, so watch out when you come closer to it because it will be defended. There's so many enemies around it. The gameplay combat is very fast. We can use a full of gyroscope to look around or just turn it off. We are not alone because there is a tank or helicopter that will help us to shoot them at all. We can use a telescope to aim sharper, prowl on hands and knees to make a silent voice and undetected. We can increase the graphic to maximum level, and even the mountain looks pretty detailed from a far view distance. The best multiplayer games for Android and iOS. Disney Speedstorm KART. Disney Speedstorm KART. This game is one of the best upcoming racing kart games on mobile. Look at how the graphics are optimized perfectly for mobile platforms. It's totally beyond our imagination. I would say the next level and make a new game with high graphic standard for the mobile game industry. Disney Speedstorm KART gameplay is, we'll be having a race with real-time online player. We must get the first position to continue into the next story, but actually it's not easy. When we lead in front, then we will get so many forces from the kart behind of us by his skill box. The more you lead the game, the easier the enemy will lock on you. So keep on the right track and increase your focus to not crash the wall or another object, and you will not slow down. When we are in the lobby, we can change the main character with so many popular Disney main heroes. Each of the heroes has their own strength and weakness on his kart. Understand his power will increase your winning chance bigger. Best game multiplayer for Android and iOS game. Raft Survival Multiplayer. Raft Survival Multiplayer. This best graphic multiplayer game is on early access, but the number of the active player is getting a lot. More and more players enjoy playing it, especially on multiplayer mode. We will have over 10 players to come over on one raft. Every player can help each other to build and expand the raft getting bigger. Add some tools and add some decoration to make your raft look perfect. The resources or material are pretty easy to get around your raft. You just need to pull them off by string. But be careful of the shark in the water. He's pretty aggressive to bite on you when you fall down under the water. Actually, you can play some modes as well, which is versus mode. You will play solo and fight with all players in confrontation mode, and it will be so chaotic. The best survival multiplayer game on Android, iOS. Contra Tournament. Contra Tournament. This game is truly a masterpiece for a new multiplayer game Android, iOS. We all know this game is one of the legendary games since we are a child. Finally, Konami made a remake with a way better graphic design. Contra is well known with 2 famous characters, which are Bill and Lynch. But in this new version of the Contra Tournament, it has more additional heroes to be selected. The gameplay is a battle royale game. We will make a team up within 4 players, ride a vehicle to save your time while exploring the world. Actually, the area game is pretty small compared to the other battle royale games, which is that will save our time faster to finish the game and move to the next game. On this early access, we can get so fast matchmaking, but I'm not pretty sure it's a player or a bot. Because most of the enemy has a lack of aim, our team should keep surviving to win the game and become the last team standing. Best game multiplayer Android iOS. Ace Racer. Ace Racer. If you are a racer game fan, then this game will be on your top list of racing game you should play right now. This game is really good in multiplayer mode. We can invite our friends to play team versus team, or just search for a random real-time online player. I really love that the developer really takes seriously making a fair experience between the players by reducing the credit score when some players do a AFK mode. So each player must be focused and try his best to win the game as well as the team did. This game allows the player to customize the car but also the character. We can get a nice appearance to increase your confidence. There are a ton of arena we can play, but you must download the extra data first before trying a new circuit. Best graphic multiplayer game online for Android and iOS. Mech Arena. Mech Arena. I don't know how the developer made such a great graphic game within 129MB size to download on Play Store. This game is pretty small for a high graphic visual game. This game is really easy to navigate. The aim assist really help us a lot in combat. We can use two guns on our hands, keep focus on the ammo left to reload it, and try to attack the enemy with both guns at the same time to deal double damage. Overall, I would suggest the best multiplayer small size game for everyone who has the small to mid-range phone devices. But to the developer, please make your ads show infrequently to make the player more comfortable to play it. Donut Punk Online. Donut Punk Online. This game has a fun visual. We will play as a punk player and collect the donut. The player who can collect the most donut will become the winner. The battle mechanism is really easy to learn even if you can master the gameplay faster. We can make a trap to the enemy by freezing him, then let the zombie force your enemies. That is the simplest strategy to win the game. At a certain point, you will find a huge zombie that will be dealing a higher damage than a normal zombie, so better you stay away from him and find the right timing to do the last hit to get a huge donut reward. Best low-size multiplayer online game Android iOS.